Harris County 911. What's your emergency?
My daughter. She's gone. Jocelyn. She's only 12. She was home last night, I swear. Now her bed's empty. Please, send someone.
It's the dead of night in a sleepy North Houston neighborhood. The kind of place where kids play kickball till the streetlights buzz on and folks wave from porches without a second thought. But on this humid summer evening, 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungaray slips out for what she thinks is a quick chat with two strangers at a nearby convenience store. Strangers who smile too wide, who promise stories from faraway places. Strangers who lure her under a bridge and into hell. For 2 agonizing hours, they assault her, bind her wrists and ankles like she's nothing more than trash. Then they toss her, still breathing, into that creek, watching her thrash until the water claims her. By morning, a jogger finds her body snagged on branches, face up, staring at the sky she never saw again. And the men responsible? 2 Venezuelan migrants, 22 and 26, living just blocks away. Illegal, unvetted, out on bail for other crimes. They didn't just kill a little girl, they ignited a firestorm that burned all the way to the White House. Welcome back to American Nightmares, where the monsters don't hide in the woods, they knock on your door after dark. I'm your host, and tonight we're diving into the gut-wrenching true story of Jocelyn Nungaray. A story of innocence stolen in broad daylight, a mother's unbreakable fight, and a nation's rage over borders that failed one little girl. But before we go deeper, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Don't let the nightmares catch you off guard. And ask yourself this: if your daughter vanished from her own backyard in the middle of the night, how far would you go for justice? Drop your answer in the comments, all the way or to the ends of the earth, and let's see how many Nightmare fam members are ready to fight. Grab your coffee or something stronger. Lock the doors, because what happened to Jocelyn ain't just a crime. It's the kind of evil that makes you question every shadow on your street. Let's start where every nightmare does, with a life full of light. Jocelyn Marie Nungaray was born on February 15, 2012 in Houston, Texas. The second child of Alexis Nungaray and her then husband. She came into a world of barbecue cookouts and Friday night lights, where the air always smelled like fresh-cut grass and possibility. Alexis, a single mom by the time Jocelyn hit double digits, worked 2 jobs, waitressing at a local diner and picking up shifts at a warehouse to keep the lights on for her kids. Jocelyn and her little brother, Alexis Jr., we called him AJ, shared a cramped 2-bedroom apartment in the Greensbrook complex off West Rankin Road. It wasn't fancy, peeling paint on the walls, a kitchen where the fridge hummed louder than the TV, but it was home. And Jocelyn, she was the spark that made it shine. Picture this: Jocelyn at 12, braces gleaming like she was ready for her close-up, eyes so bright they could light up the Astrodome. She was all legs and energy, 5'2" and climbing, with that infectious giggle that turns strangers into friends. School? She crushed it at NQ Cannon Elementary. Straight A's in math, top of her class in reading. Teacher said she had a mind like a sponge, always asking questions. Why do stars twinkle, miss? Can we really touch the moon? Outside class, she was a whirlwind. Soccer on weekends with the neighborhood rec team. Number 7 jersey, her lucky digits. She'd dribble that ball like Mia Hamm reborn, sweat-soaked and grinning ear to ear. Then there was her art. Oh man, Jocelyn could draw. Sketchbooks stuffed under her bed, filled with unicorns prancing through starry skies, portraits of her family that looked like they belonged in a gallery. One day, she'd tell her mom, "I'm going to sell these in Paris or Tokyo, anywhere but here." Dreams like that, they weren't just kid stuff, they were her armor. But life wasn't all goals and glitter pens. Alexis had split from Jocelyn's dad years back. Messy, like most. Money was tight. Some months the electric bill came down to ramen gnats and fairy lights to hide the dark. Jocelyn's uncle, Jomel Guevara, stepped in big time. Weekend barbecues at his place, teaching her to fish down at Galveston Bay. He said, "She was my shadow, always asking about the stars, the fish, life." And AJ, that little rascal was her sidekick. 4 years younger, all chubby cheeks and mischief. They'd build forts out of couch cushions, whisper secrets till midnight. Jocelyn was the big sister every kid dreams of. Fierce protector, endless storyteller. "Don't worry, AJ," she'd say, tucking him in. "I'll always keep the monsters away." The Greensbrook apartments? Picture your average Houston sprawl. Tan stucco buildings huddled around a cracked parking lot, chain-link fences rattling in the Gulf breeze. Families from all over, folks chasing the American dream or just a paycheck. It was diverse, loud, alive. Kids on bikes till curfew, abuelas grilling empanadas on stoops. Jocelyn knew every face. Old Mr. Ramirez who slipped her tamales, the twins next door who shared their fortnight tips. Safe? Yeah, it felt that way. Doors propped open on hot nights, parents hollering, "Be home by dark." No one locked their cars. No one thought twice about a midnight walk to the corner store for snacks. That's the lie we all buy, that evil don't need an invitation. But on June 16, 2024, it came knocking anyway. Jocelyn's last full day, textbook Sunday. Church in the morning, St. Pius V, where she'd belt out hymns like she was on stage. Lunch was Alexis's famous tacos al pastor, scarfed down while binging the Mandalorian reruns. "Baby Yoda's my spirit animal," Jocelyn joked, crumbs on her shirt. Afternoon blurred into soccer practice, scoring 2 goals, high-fiving her coach. By evening, the apartment hummed with normalcy. Alexis crashing after a double shift, AJ snoring in his room. Jocelyn, she FaceTimed her bestie Mia, giggling about crushes and summer plans. "Gonna be epic," she texted. "Beach trips, stargazing, the works." Bedtime hit around 10:30. Pajamas on, those soft pink ones with the unicorn print. Lights out. Alexis kissed her forehead. "Love you to the moon, mija," she whispered back. And back. The clock ticked toward midnight.
All right, Nightmare fam. Deep breath. We're crossing that bridge now. The one where innocence drowns. Under those girders, the air turns thick, humid Texas night, pressing down like a shroud. Jocelyn's Crocs crunch on gravel as Pena and Martinez wrangle flanker, smiles twisting into something feral. "This way," Pena murmurs, hand brushing her arm. She pulls back, instinct kicking in. "I should go home," but Martinez wrangles there, blocking the path, eyes gleaming in the low light. "Just a minute more, princessa. We show you something special." The creek gurgles below, innocent as a lullaby. No one hears the first plea. Pena's story, later in interrogation, paints him as the reluctant one. "He did it," he points at Martinez Rangel, voice shaking behind the glass. "I kissed her, yeah, but he finished." Bull. Autopsy tells the truth. Strangulation marks from both sets of hands. Semen from both. Overkill that screams shared guilt. Martinez Rangel flips it. "Pena started. I tried to stop him, but he said, 'I have to finish what I started.'" Lies on lies. They accuse each other like kids caught stealing cookies, not monsters who just snuffed out a life. Jocelyn, she fought till the end. Fingernails caked with their skin, bite marks on her wrist. That Slurpee cup?
Found later, tipped over, cherry stain like a crime scene arrow.
Why her? Random? Or something darker? Court docs hint at opportunity. Jocelyn, out late, trusting. These two, fresh in the country, no ties. Bail jumping from a burglary bust just weeks prior. Peña, 26, tattooed enforcer type from Caracas slums. Martinez Rangel, 22, wiry and quick, with a rap sheet back home for petty theft. They crossed the border months earlier, Rio Grande at Eagle Pass, melting into the migrant wave. No vetting, no check. Landed in Houston for work. Instead, terror. Under that bridge, they weren't migrants, they were predators, and Jocelyn paid the price for a system that looked away. Dawn breaks slow on June 17, 6:15 a.m. Maria Gonzalez, local mom, drops her husband at his warehouse job nearby. On the way back, she cuts through the Bayou Trail, shortcut to beat traffic. That's when she sees it, a flash of pink in the shallows. At first, a mannequin? Doll? Then closer, the hair, matted and dark, floating like seaweed. The face, eyes open, vacant, hands bound, ankles too. Jocelyn, wedged against rebar, water lapping at her chin. Maria screams, primal, world-shattering. Calls 911. There's a girl, dead, in the creek. Sirens wail within minutes. HPD rolls up, tape flying. Divers in the murk, pulling evidence. Pajama scraps, a belt buckle, that cursed Slurpee cup etched with fingerprints. Alexis wakes to birdsong. Stretches. Jocelyn, time for school. Silence. Bed empty. Sheets cold. Panic claws her gut. AJ, have you seen your sister? He shrugs, sleepy. Alexis bolts. Apartment. Parking lot. Neighbors rousing. Jocelyn! Echoes bounce off stucco. By 7 a.m., it's a full alert. Alexis on her phone, frantic texts to relatives. Police arrive as Maria's call hits dispatch. The link, lightning fast. Surveillance from the Chevron, time-stamped 12:02 a.m. Jocelyn, clear as day, chatting with two men. Lean, dark-haired, laughing. Clerk IDs them later. Regulars. Buy beer, lotto tickets. Venezuelan, I think. Alexis collapses when they show her the stills. That's my baby. World ends. The manhunt explodes. HPD canvasses. Every door, every dash cam. Roommates crack first. The suspect's crash pad? Canfield Lakes Apartments, 13355 Northborough Drive, just 1.2 miles from Greensbrook. Shared with 3 other Venezuelans, day laborers, dodging ice. One roommate, jittery, tips anonymously. They came home late, wet clothes, talking low about a girl. Clothes? Burned in a backyard pit by dawn, but not before a neighbor's ring cam catches the smoke. Raid hits at 9 p.m. that night, June 20. SWAT breaches. Peña and Martinez Rangel, zipped in cuffs, no fight. Faces blank as stone. Interrogations roll. Separate rooms, polygraphs humming. Peña cracks first, details spilling like poison. Martinez Rangel follows, finger pointing. By midnight, charges stick. Capital murder, aggravated sexual assault, kidnapping. Bail? Denied. $10 million each.
But the horror? It doesn't stop at the cuffs. Autopsy rips the veil, ligature marks deep as grooves, internal tears from the rapes, hours of it. Lungs flooded with bayou water, but not before strangulation crushed her windpipe. She drowned alive, bound and gagged by terror. Tox screen? Clean, no drugs to dull it. Jocelyn felt every second, every betrayal. Alexis? She doesn't sleep, doesn't eat, stares at Jocelyn's sketchbook, pages frozen mid-dream. Why didn't I hear the door? Guilt's a monster too. But rage? That's her weapon. By week's end, she's on every news van, microphone in hand, eyes steel. They took my girl, strangers who shouldn't have been here. Fix the borders, now. The media circus descends. CNN vans clogging the lot. Fox anchors quoting Alexis like gospel. Vigils light up. Candles by the creek. Teddy bears piling high. Jocelyn's soccer coach, she was our firecracker. Mia, her bestie, we were gonna rule the world. But under the grief, fury. At the system, the strangers, the night. June 23rd, first hearing. DA Kim Og lays it bare. Raped, strangled, drowned. For what? A whim. Peña and Martinez Rangel, stone-faced, translators whispering. No tears. Bail denied. Flight risk, danger to society. But whispers grow. Immigration. These men entered illegally March 2024. Peña caught at the border, released with a notice to appear. Vanished. Martinez Rangel, same story. No check-ins. Now, blood on their hands. National spotlight ignites.
Word spreads like wildfire in August. By June 21, Jocelyn's face, that school photo with the braces smile, is everywhere. Billboards on I-45, Justice for Jocelyn, T-shirts at vigils, no more stolen dreams. Alexis fields calls from senators, governors. Her pain? Fuel. She was going to be an artist, she tells Good Morning America. Voice steady but eyes shattered. Stars in her sketches. Now, stars in a box. Funerals June 27. St. Pius V packed. Overflow in the parking lot. Casket white. Lilies piled high. Jim McInvale, that mattress king, foots the bill. $20K, no questions. Eulogy from Uncle Jomel. Jocelyn saw magic in mud puddles. Don't let her light die in the dark. But the real storm? Politics. Trump's rally in Virginia, June 25. Jocelyn Nungaray, 12 years old, murdered by illegal aliens. Crowd roars. Biden's camp calls it fear-mongering. Doesn't matter. It's viral. Cruise at RNC, July 17. Jocelyn's Law. No bail for capital killers. Dan Patrick echoes, eye for an eye. ICE testifies before Senate Judiciary, July. My baby asked for a Slurpee. Got a noose. Cameras flash. Hashtags explode. Hashtag Justice for Jocelyn trends for weeks. Protests at the border. Eagle Pass clogged with signs. Build the wall for Jocelyn. Counter-protests. Not her fault. Fix the system. DHS's Mayorkas. We'll hold them accountable. But Alexis? She's the voice. Too late for words. Give me action.
Alexis fights daily. Starts Jocelyn Stars Foundation. Art classes for at-risk kids. Border awareness seminars. AJ? Therapy 3 times a week. Nightmares of sister in the water. Family rallies. Cousins from Austin driving down. Aunts cooking mountains of tamales. But nights? Alexis walks the creek trail. Flashlight sweeping. Feel her here, she says, whispering, Mom, make it right. Fall 2024. Hearings heat up. Defense motions. Media circus taints jury. Og fires back. Facts don't lie. Death penalty? On the table if kidnapping/rape sticks. Texas law. No mercy for 12-year-olds. Peña's lawyer. Coerced confession. Martinez Rangel's. Cultural misunderstanding. Alexis in court. Row 1. Glares like daggers. Look at me, she mouths. They don't. Election night, November 2024. Trump wins. Mentions Jocelyn in victory speech. For every Jocelyn, we build higher. Alexis at the inauguration ball. Invited guest. Dress black as grief. Whispers to Cruz. Keep pushing. By March 2025, Trump's address to Congress. Jocelyn Nungaray. Her killers? Deported scum. No more. Applause thunders. Alexis, balcony seat. Tears silent. But delays drag. Motions pile. Contempt against Og for a TV interview. Dismissed November 7, 2025. Boda rules. No ethics breach. Defense fumes. New DA? Pushes forward. February 2025 court date? Pushed to summer. Experts on Venezuelan psych, border policy. Evidence? Ironclad. But justice? Crawls. As of November 23, 2025, 1 year, 5 months post-murder, Peña and Martinez Rangel
rot in Harris County Jail, no trial date firm. Alexis, unbroken. They'll pay, eye for eye. But the question lingers, is it enough?
Let's zoom in on Alexis, the warrior mom. Post-funeral, she could have folded. Didn't. Instead, she rises. July 2024, testifies in D.C., heels clicking on marble halls. Jocelyn loved stories. These men, their story ends in a cell. Senators nod, Cruz drafts Justice for Jocelyn Act, harsher deportations, vetting overhaul. Patrick's Jocelyn's Law, no bail for capital suspects, passes Texas House, October 2024. Alexis signs the bill at the Capitol, AJ by her side. For you, mija. Media, double-edged. Dateline special, September. Alexis relives the call. Empty bed, like a bad dream. Ratings soar, but trolls swarm. Bad mom, left door unlocked. She blocks him, keeps posting. Instagram reels of Jocelyn's art captioned, "Dream big, baby girl." Followers hit 50K. Foundation launches, 100K raised by Christmas, art supplies to Houston shelters. No kid dreams in the dark, her motto. AJ's world, shattered glass. Night terrors, sissy in the water. Therapy helps, but soccer fields echo empty without her cheers. Uncle Joemo moves in. Barbecues resume. Stories of Jocelyn's star-chasing hikes. Family therapy. She'd want us laughing, but Alexis, privately, she breaks. Journals found later. Why her? What if I hugged tighter? Strengths her mask. Court grind. December 2024, OG announces death penalty seek. Rape proven. Kidnapping clear. They die. Alexis, eye for eye. Defense appeals. Cruel, unusual. Judge, denied. Contempt hearing on OG's interview, November 7, 2025, Boded dismisses. Free speech. New evidence, roommate affidavits, heard them bragging. Easy girl. Burned clothes forensics, Jocelyn's blood, their DNA. Polygraph transcripts, spikes on remorse questions. Suspect side, Peña writes letters. Family in Venezuela, innocent, pray for me. Martinez Rangel, silent, Bible in cell. Psych reports, trauma from home country, not monsters, survivors. Prosecutors, excuses. Jury pool tainted, motions for venue change. Dallas, denied. Trial looms summer 2026, experts prep. Border agents on entry lapses, profilers on predator minds. National ripple, the Jocelyn effect. Border crossings dip 15% per CBP. Trump's EO, March 2025, Nungaray rule. Mandatory detention for migrants with priors. Alexis briefs it, Rose Garden, for every Jocelyn. Critics, politicizes tragedy. Her, saves lives. Vigil 1-year mark, June 16, 2025, Creekbank 500 strong. Candles float downstream, Alexis speaks. She saw stars, we'll make 'em count. AJ releases balloons, pink like her PJs.
1 year on, November 2025. Greensbrook? Changed. Cameras on every corner, curfews enforced. Neighbors whisper, used to feel safe. Alexis's apartment? Sublet. Can't bear the quiet. New place. AJ's room, star-themed. She teaches art nights, sketches Jocelyn's face from memory. Legacy? Jocelyn's Stars expands. National chapters. Grants for migrant vetting tech. Cruz's act stalls Senate. Dems filibuster. But Texas. Jocelyn's Law signed. January 2025. No bail revolution. The men? Jail routine. Peña lifts weights. Martinez wrangle, praise. Appeals stack. SCOTUS whispers. But evidence? Fortress. Alexis visits once. Glass between. For her eyes. They look away. What ifs haunt? Stricter borders? Locked doors? Jocelyn's text. BRB. Never did. Summer 2026. Trial. Will justice drown in delays or rise like Jocelyn's stars?
Jocelyn Nungaray, 12 years of light, snuffed too soon. Her story? Warning, fight, hug tight. For her, for all. Pin this. Yes, death penalty? No, life enough. Comment now. Subscribe American Nightmares. Like, share, stay vigilant. Night, fam.